For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manz, and it's time for your daily dose of the doctor. Tonight, I would like to look at Jacobs Engineering Group, ticker symbol JEC. This one was on the trading plan for Tuesday, and I'm going to spoil the surprise and tell you it went to the profit target, but then what I want to look at is a discretionary trade or two that could happen on the heels of that profit target move, and how we used pivot lines today in the first hour trading pit to alert traders to the fact that there was a potential entry and where the range was on that potential profit then. So let's have a look at the trading plan. Again, this is JEC, an infield fly short side setup. The entry on this one, $61.73. The stop, $62.25. The initial target, $61.12. The 50% to target level, $61.43. And over here we see that once we get short this stock at $61.73, it's going to have to move down through S1 at $61.63, and also is going to have to get down through S2, $61.33, on the way to that $61.12 target. So that is what was interesting today about the way that this one traded. And let's take a time-lapse look at what the stock did once it got moving. Here we see we had a move from that 61.73 entry straight down to the target. Stock reversed, came up, left this bar up above the green pivot line, then reversed back down lower, and that's our key then for a potential entry. Once we get that move from an overhead level back down through the pivot line, that crack of the pivot is the entry point. And the target is going to be not down exactly at that next pivot, but rather just above it. I'm going to use this closing price of this bar as my target. And then once we achieve that target, what we're going to look for is a bounce now. So we've got our target, a bounce back up to the pivot, and then a potential second entry right at that pivot line. So I'm willing to take a little bit of bleed back above the pivot this time by resting an entry, a short sale entry, right at the $61.60 mark, let's say, right below the green pivot. Let some bleed back happen. If it does happen, I'm going to get out right above at this high right here. It's going to have to get through all this volume here if it's going to do it. But now once it gets that tick and provides an entry, the important thing to do is just manage the trade the same way as before. So now what we're looking for is a move back down to the 61.33 level. So that'll be another 29-cent per share gain if we can get it. And then, of course, we have the opportunity to do it again if the whole thing repeats itself. Now, I just want to add the caveat that I do watch this volume out to the side here quite a bit to see what's happening at these various price levels. And I don't like to go back to the well too many times. So there it is. I got a second profit target on that one. If it does go back up again, I'm unlikely to call this in the room again. I don't like more than a first and second entry on these typically. And we see now that it's down below that pivot line. That's additional profitability, but I don't care. The important thing is that I create a plan, and then that any kind of follow through, any kind of action that I take is based on that plan and not just by shooting from the hip. So there you have it. That's a nice little pivot trade. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. I hope you got a great trading day today and an even better one on deck for tomorrow. The best trader education anywhere, only from traderinsight.com.